The best move in the AFC West was the trade for Kansas City to acquire Matt Castle at quarterback. Sure, Castle may not be a big name, he may not have a big arm, but it's somebody that Scott Pioli believes in can start restructuring that offense around. They have to get run after the catch players at wide receiver. They have to get a pass catcher that can do some things at running back, but also, too, what it does mean is they should be able to build for Todd Haley at the passing game. The worst move in the AFC West was the move for the Denver Broncos to move to the 3-4. They don't have enough 3-4 personnel. At this stage, their defensive line now consists of Ryan McMean, Ronald Fields, and Kenny Peterson, three guys that certainly are going to have to overachieve just to be decent on defense, and that was their problem last year on defense, giving up 28 points a game.
AFC West stock up the San Diego Chargers. Hey, Sean Merriman is back in the fold. He's one of the most aggressive players in the National Football League, and he will be my comeback player of the year in the NFL. He sets the tone for that defense and for that football team. Stock down, the Denver Broncos. Disgruntled Brandon Marshall, he's the best player on that team. And you can talk all day long about a great secondary, but I'm here to tell you one thing. Their front seven is garbage. Their front seven is garbage. Their front seven is garbage. Denver Broncos going to have a tough time this season.
How tough is it going to be for Josh to get the respect of some guys that are older than he is on the team?
You know what? First of all, you have to respect the position. First and foremost, he is the head coach. He's not an assistant. He's not a grad assistant. He's the head coach of the Denver Broncos, my favorite franchise, by the way. So since he's the head coach, they have to respect him as such. You know what? You're not in the building. There's some changes that he's made from a discipline standpoint that the guys love. Some of the veteran guys over there, they love it. It's a little bit more strict around there, a little bit more discipline over there, and he's doing that. The good thing is they didn't hire him right before the season started. They hired him early in the year so he can go ahead and put his stamp on this football team. He's made some moves that everybody's kind of questioning, but you got to remember the Broncos have not played a football game yet, so don't judge them until they actually start playing some games.
Yeah, but I can judge from the standpoint, all of that is cute. But you have to win games. At the end of the day, you know, we always talk about quarterbacks, whether they're leaders or not. Quarterbacks become leaders when they win football games.
You say they haven't played any games yet. You talk about their tough schedule. Well, let's take a look at the first 5 games on the schedule of the Broncos. First one's not so tough, at least. They're all tough.
Well, definitely.
Think about it. 5-0. Maybe it's just me. I see 5-0.
Maybe it's just you. I think it's close. I think it's that second piece. Maybe it's just you. Because certainly, again, because we're talking about Denver and a new quarterback coming in there, you can't say any of those games are given. If they could come out of that with a 2-3 or something,
is not good enough.
Well, but that's what they're looking at. When you look at that,
that's all on paper. They got to put the cleats on.
No, they do.
Turn the lights on and go out there and perform. I believe the Broncos are going to do a lot better than most people give them credit for. Trust me, living in the city as a fan.
Are you saying that because you're living in the city?
I'm never leaving the city. I'm never leaving the city because I have to reinvent myself. I'm never leaving the city.
I'll say it this way. This is the last thing I'll say on the coach piece of it. Okay. As you say, right, this is a business. But every time I see a championship caliber team, those players are willing to go that extra mile. You can't tell me you would not go that extra mile for Shanahan. You can't tell me that players won't go that extra mile for Tony Dungy. You see what's happening with the Pittsburgh Steelers, the toughest schedule in the league, but those players went that extra mile. And so all I'm saying is that if things go bad, as we talked about that schedule, I think that a lot of players will be trying to get off the quote-unquote Titanic pretty quickly because you have a situation where you don't trust your coach. And so that's all I'm saying. Trust is very important in this game, and trust can be a big difference in teams being successful because guys give that extra.
Yeah, but they need to give that extra anyway.
They do.
So my message is to those guys, you give that extra for your own livelihood because it can change like that. I was taught that by Coach Shanahan. Mm-hmm. You work this business daily. You don't work it looking around saying, hey, look, you know what, I was a veteran guy. I caught this many passes. No, that's why Rod Smith went to work every day. I used to sneak up on my locker, see my name like, whew, got one more. But I swear to God.
But you are one of the exceptions to the rule in this league. You have to admit the way you approach the exception,
or they will be exceptionally unemployed.
That's true.
This is fun. We could do this all hour. The Broncos are such a good story.
Don't talk about the Broncos. I put my dukes up with the Broncos. I'm going to hit you with these rings.
I'm talk about the rings again.
Don't hit with the blade. Don't hit with the blade.
Okay. Got sunglasses for the rings. It's so bright over here.